Right, had a clean up on the front there. It's not a professional job, but hopefully you can see that it's clean, it's tidy. There's a little bit of a shine in places. It would need a hell of a lot more work that I'm not prepared to do, actually. The bike's always going to look rough, and I sort of like that, because I don't know, it just gives it that piece of shit look when it's an absolute beast. But anyway, so the block's as clean as it's going to be, the head's as clean as it's going to be. Today I'm going to start cleaning the exhaust up, which is going to be a bit of a mammoth job. So first of all, I'm going to drop the bike down. I pulled the pin out of here like this on my ABBA Skylift. Did I mention I got an ABBA Skylift? Hey, lucky petal. Right, so I'm going to bring the bike down. Nice and easy. A bit too far. Just want it just off the ground. I'm going to spin it round. And swap it over so it will then lift it up in wheelie position rather than horizontal. So let's just spin that round. It's rather tight in my shed. Oh, especially now as I've got an extra exhaust. Run it outside. Stand the exhaust up. And we should be. There you go, as easy as that. So now I want to let it down a bit more. Right, that should be strapped loose. Oh, you fell over. You fell over. So then, where's the thing? There it is. Loosen the retaining one off, and we take off. Which way am I going with this? Got no idea. It's that way, isn't it? Loosen that off, and then we can take that strap out, and then this bar slides out, and we take this big bolt out. As I say, I want it up in wheelie position now, so wheelie? Yeah, wheelie. So take the bolt out like that, and then that goes in a little bit down here. And then the idea is to line that end there, where you can see this. Need some light on the subject. To line this bit here where the strap sits with this bit here, the paddock stand bobbin, and then put your strap between the two to hold the back wheel to the bottom frame, and then as you lift it, obviously it goes up in wheelie position. So just screw that in. Somewhere there, I think. That'll do. So we let some of the strap off. Like so. We wrap it round there. Round there, and need a bit more. That'll do. Get on now. You know you want it. That's that. And then pull the slack through like that, and then the second buckle just goes up against the first, just to give it that extra. It's gone slack again. Something like that. Something like that. And we do up the valve, and then as we lift it, that tightens up. And there you go. You can see that we're in wheelie mode. Front wheel's coming up. Back wheel is still down to the floor. It just pivots for your swing arm. Lovely bit of kit, which will allow me access when it's right up to get on the front there and do all my radiator and exhaust. But first of all, shall I take that right up? I'll take that right up for you. I don't think it'll make just not enough. Oh no, there you go. So there you go, that's as high as it goes. That's pulled tight there now, holding the back wheel down. The back wheel's also pushing against the frame. And there you go, that's belly high. Not very high, belly high. So it's unbelievable. I love that lift. So yeah, right where you want to be working without busting your back. But at the moment, as I say, there you go. Does that give you an idea? Floor to wheel. As I say, oh yeah. Take the pin back out, put it in its holder. Down we go. As I say, today I'm cleaning up the exhaust, so I'm just putting that in the position ready for when I'm going to be refitting the exhaust and the radiator. But there's a long way to go before that happens, so I just want it out the way for the minute. And that's that. So I want to cover over that, cover over some other bits, and then get out the So I had a copper brush here. I think this is a bit too big to wield. Anyway, got a copper brush here somewhere to start the exhaust. So, part way through wire brushing. That's a brass wire brush, which takes the shit off without taking the metal off, which is a bit weird, isn't it? Because rust is metal. How strange. Anyway, yes, brass wire brush on a grinder, and that's the before. That gorgeous patinaed look of shitty rust, and there is the way it's going, which is, it's coming off a treat, absolute treat, loving it. So I think the end is going to stay silver. I'm just going to try, obviously that's not the finished article there. I think the rest of it will go in the exhaust paint black, or exhaust header black, the 1000-degree VHT stuff. And I think the end I'm going to leave from this weld here silver, clean this end up as well, and just put the clear lacquer on that, the VHT header lacquer. Header lacquer? He's a header lacquer. Anyway, stop fucking about language. Yeah, the extreme high temperature clear lacquer on that, and on the end piece once that's all finished. And I think that'll be a good finish, because then the silver will match in with the silver of the swing arm. Well, it won't match it, but you'll have that silver end to it all, which I think might look quite good. But there you go, that's the progress so far. Old patinaed look, clean look. So yes, and I'm thinking, hang on, let's get the magnet. I'm thinking them actual headers are stainless. Yeah, it's not sticking to that. Definitely steel all the way, apart from the headers are stainless. This is steel at the end, which I think is a tapped on a pushed on gasket of some sort. I don't know. That's definitely steel. The magnet's not attractive. I think that's definitely stainless. So as for the header paint stain on that, because I've heard a lot of people say that yeah, that's steel. A lot of people say that the extreme temperature paint, getting it to stick to stainless is a lot harder than getting it to stick to steel. Whether that's because they can't get the surface scratched up enough to allow it to adhere, or whether they've done it wrong, or just the fact that they've used high temperature paint instead of extremely high temperature paint, I don't know. But I'll be painting them. But there you go, silver. There's the exhaust so far. Right, the other item that's going to get a bit of a spruce is the radiator. Just the side bits. I'm not going to mess about with the grills at all. Really need a screen on that. I'll have to have a look for one of them. But yeah, just the side bits where the paint's peeled and that. I'm going with Halford's high temperature engine enamel paint in gloss black. Good for 180 degrees. I don't know what the rad gets up to. About 100, 120 I suppose. And the good thing about this is the prep's not particularly arduous. what we've got to do, clean off the rust, which is difficult on an alley rad. Get rid of the flaky shit really, and go for it. Again, I'm not going for miracle finishes. Well, I should think once I've finished the majority of this will be off anyway. Looks like someone's DIY project before. Yeah, give it a go, see how it happens. Starting off with a 240 grit, wet and dry. I don't know whether it's going to be coarse enough actually. But as I say, give it a go, and away we go. And the reason I've chosen a pot of paint rather than an aerosol is ease of application. And that's it really, yeah, ease of application. If it ends up with too many brush strokes in it and looks an absolute abortion, well, it can't look any worse than this, I'll possibly do something else. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll start with the 240 wet and dry and see what sort of a finish I get. Well, I don't know how long that's going to last, but that is the sides and the cap done in high temperature paint, and that'll be left now for at least a couple of hours to dry with the heater going, because it's rather cold outside. And while that's drying, I'm going to get on with more beer. So there you go, there's the update. Rad's done, exhaust is 90% cleaned off. Got to get in the nooks and crannies with the Dremel and then tack cloth it off, thinners it off without leaving any greasy fingerprints on it, and then I think that's ready for painting. So give that a chance to dry and give that another coat. It was about 2 hours I think, and then stick another coat of paint on it, and then let that dry, and then tackle the exhaust, because I'll have to hang the exhaust up. Not so sure about the exhaust. I'm not sure whether my paper mask will be good enough against ceramic paint, so might have to go invest in another one. But that's it, up to date. So far so good.